To quote the great philosopher Freddie Gibbs, dope game hard, rap game easy as a motherfucker, right? I hear a lot of people say that, even before Freddie Gibbs came out with that song Narcos, right? And I like Freddie Gibbs. Whether you like him or not, that's your business. But I hear a lot of people talk about that same sentiment whenever it comes to making music. You know, especially in hip hop, I hear a lot of people be like, oh man, you know, this shit easy, man. I can come up with songs all day. I can come up with hits all day. You know, even some people be like, oh man, you know, getting people to check out my stuff, that's easy, right? Whether or not they actually are just talking shit or they're actually good at marketing their stuff, that's a different story. But see, the thing is a lot of people try to run it, their music business, like a dope business, where it's off the books. You don't have any legality. You know what I'm saying? You just flip that shit. You make that music, you flip it to the consumer, and you take the profits and you re-up, right? And that's the last thing that you should be doing in the music business. And I'm not just talking about because of the IRS or whatever federal tax agency, you know, you have in your country, but just because you're going to be leaving a lot of money on the table. Because see, there's a big difference between streaming royalties and mechanical royalties, and a lot of people don't understand that. And even if you have something like DistroKid or United Masters or shit, even Sony Music, right? You got Sony Orchard. You will still need to register your music with a PRO, Performing Rights Organization. BMI and ASCAP, those are the most prominent ones, but there's also other ones depending on your country and shit as well too. But if you don't register your music there, then you're leaving it on the table. And I was talking with somebody yesterday, and they said, you know, we were talking about this, and they said that they had an artist reach out to them one time about getting stuff, and they were talking, and he was like, hey, you know, you need to get your music registered. And they're like, yeah, I'll get it registered if it pops. And he's like, well, that's too late. You know, I mean, you can't start making a bunch of noise and making a bunch of money off of your music and then decide, hey, I want to actually start an LLC and, you know, have this all incorporated in a company. And that's another thing too, is that a lot of people don't realize you need to start an LLC for your music in your state, wherever you live. And what that does is that makes sure that everything that you do underneath that business entity, that when it's fully registered and properly set up, that if there's any kind of lawsuit situation, you don't lose your personal assets, because it's all done underneath the business. It's not done as you as an individual. That's where I see a lot of people mess up too. You know, they'll think of a name for their label, then maybe even have the label account on DistroKid or wherever, right? They're like, yo, I got a label. But it's not even an LLC. So it's a sole proprietorship, which means that you're just a guy doing some business. So if you get, or lady or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So if you get sued, that goes on you. If you have a house, you got a car, you got any assets, those assets could be seized and foreclosed upon and stuff like that in order to pay off the lawsuit, which could be hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. A lot of people don't think about stuff like that because like, oh man, it's just music. It's way bigger than that, man. And I understand, being an artist myself, that when you're creating the music, it's an emotional thing. You know what I'm saying? You're getting stuff off your chest. It's coming from inside you. And you are actually putting out your feelings, your thoughts, your emotions, right? And so the last thing that you want to think about is business. Because you're like, yo, this is art. But when you're creating music and you're putting it out there into the world, you have to also think about, okay, when anybody uses my stuff, they could monetize off of it if I don't. And if I don't have my stuff registered, and then somebody hears my stuff and they find out I'm not registered, and they just take it and claim it as theirs, and then they try to sue me for copyright infringement, even though I created it, well, now I have no legal basis to go against that, right? You know, simple shit like that. You know, stuff like with the Kanye situation where whenever he was first getting started, whenever he was sampling, you know, older records and stuff like that, he wasn't given any kind of royalties or credits to them. Well, he ended up getting sued and stuff like that, had to settle up and everything. And, you know, that started a whole new dynamic within the music business, especially in hip hop. But having your business set up when you're going out here and you're doing your music and you're promoting your music, that's the first thing that you should do. After that, all the marketing and promotion in the world is secondary. You gotta have your business set up. Fucking shit. You gotta have your business, fucking bugs out here, man. You gotta have your business set up in order to benefit fully and not get harmed by all the promotion that you're going to be doing. Because if you are great at promotion and marketing, and you're able to get, you know, a bunch of people liking your music and playing your music and even buying your music, that's dope. That's the goal right there. But if you don't have your name copywritten, a business entity set up for your company for all of your music, if you don't have your music registered and even copywritten through copyright.gov, stuff like that, you're fucking up 100%. So I'm gonna cut this one short here just because I don't want to keep repeating myself. It's very simple and very easy to actually get your stuff done like that. So go out there and get it done. And if you need help, as always, hit me up. I'll point you in the right direction. But until then, go get your shit legit. Cause the dope game hard, but the rap game easy as a motherfucker, right? Nah, dope game's easy, rap game's hard as a motherfucker. Don't get it twisted. It's just a business, a real business.